I propose that we consider funding and technology integration into agriculture to make the sector adaptive to climate change. There is also an urgent need to focus on youth and women's challenges. We need to identify areas of quick wins that do not require huge resources but have high impact value. Africa therefore needs to implement strategies that will expand regional and international trade in support of the trade and investment objectives. The goal is to expand production, create employment opportunities, and generate income in developing countries. Kenya is a leading destination in Africa for global foreign direct investment. In 2022, FDI to Kenya was estimated at $760 million, accounting for 20% of the FDI flows of $3.8 billion to the East African community. The presence of over 100 companies in Kenya in very strategic sectors attests to this achievement. This underlines our competitiveness as the financial and investment hub of the East African community. Your Excellencies, it is crucial to develop an enabling ecosystem for startups across the African continent, aimed at creating a robust network of entrepreneurs working together to attract more FDI, foster innovation, and address societal changes. This could hold the key to revolutionizing global supply chains to make them equitable, inclusive, sustainable, and responsive for all nations. More than ever before, we need to relook at one of the aims of TICAD on how to integrate African priorities into the international cooperation agenda of partners. Kenya appreciates Japan's continued support to African-led efforts, especially in quality infrastructural development, as exemplified in projects like the Mombasa Southern Bypass Project, Mombasa Gate Bridge, and the Dongokundu Special Economic Zone, geared towards regional connectivity and promotion of trade and investment. The iconic bypass has opened up a parallel access spanning from Dar es Salaam in Tanzania to Lamu in Kenya, thus providing a seamless road connectivity to the continent that will go a long way in promoting intra-trade within the Africa Continental Free Trade Area. Trade and investment play a critical role in propelling economic growth and poverty alleviation. Developing countries in Africa account for 18% of the global population, yet the continent's contribution to global trade is less than 3%. The trade between Africa and Japan is fairly balanced. In 2023, the value of exports from Africa to Japan was estimated at $8.28 billion, while imports from Japan were estimated at $10.27 billion, resulting in a deficit of $1.98 billion in favor of Japan. The nature of trade imbalance between Africa and Japan remains of concern, as Africa's exports to Japan were majorly unprocessed agricultural products and natural minerals, while Japan's exports to Africa were finished products. This is a call for Africa and Japan to tap into the immense opportunities to reverse this trade imbalance through promotion of value addition of our raw materials to scale up our mutual trade and investment. On global governance, collaborative action is necessary to strengthen the functions of the United Nations, including reforms of the Security Council and the international financial architecture. Japan and the AU can jointly play a greater role in harmonizing various initiatives on reforms of the multilateral system. For the past 30 years, Tokyo International Conference on Africa TICAD has consistently rallied the call for Africa's development. We appreciate this support from Japan. In August 2016, Kenya proudly hosted TICAD 6, the first ever held in Africa. It is also worth noting that in 2008, Kenya's Professor Miriam Were was the first recipient of the Hideo Ngushi Africa Prize Award, which has now become part of TICAD activities. This speaks to Kenya's appreciation of the TICAD process.